Hello friends, welcome back to our little coffee club. And yes, I still have the experiment going on. We'll see how much longer I can make this stick around. But for now, I'm giving it my best shot. Like I said, you know, my wife wants me to try to have the Daddy's Got Coffee look. I'm doing my best, we'll see. For the last couple of videos, I've been mentioning that we are going to swap out the burrs on the Duo and go back to the espresso burrs and pull some espresso with grinding the coffee on the Duo. We're gonna do that today. And yeah, so you know, welcome to the channel that you could be a part of. Okay, so here on our little coffee club, and I always like to include you guys. I always like using words like us, we, our, because I want you guys to feel part of it. And also for my own sanity, you know, recording, talking into a camera with nobody else in the house is kind of weird. Okay, so I would not be doing this normally. Okay. But the fact that you guys are enjoying the videos and you are helping me out by leaving me comments and kind of participating, well, you know, that's what makes it worth it for me. That's the only reason why I make these videos. Yes, I want to provide you with a little entertainment. Maybe you'll get a laugh here and there. Like I always say, you guys are the real experts. You know, I learn more from you guys than you guys probably do from me. But at least I get to keep you company once a week with a new video on Sunday mornings or whenever it is that you watch. But I do appreciate it. Our little team keeps growing little by little. And using these words and including you guys, kind of like if you were here with me, is what keeps me kind of sane. Okay, it's what helps me to record the videos and to make it, I don't know, like conversation, right? I want it for you guys to feel like, or I guess it's more for me than for you guys. I want to feel like you guys are here with me. Let's put it that way. So, you know, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to make cortados. Let's take it over to the other counter. All right, so we're gonna start by swapping out the burrs. Oh yeah, and by the way, the whole thing about we're gonna do something different, we're gonna make cortados, that was obviously a joke. The last couple of videos, that's all we've made is cortados, but you know, I can't help it. We're gonna make more cortados. I wanna practice my latte art, and I definitely wanna use my little magical cups. All right, so here we go. These are the espresso burrs. It says espresso right up here and it's black. The brew burrs are blue. So yeah, these things are quite massive. Really nice. I think, what are they? 83 millimeter or 81? 80, I'll put it here on the screen. I can't, right now it slipped my mind. But yeah, they're quite large flat burrs. And we're gonna swap out, go back to the espresso and dial in the coffee from Kuppa Joy and make some cortados, and we'll do that today with the Duo. So really easy. I mean, the Duo, in my opinion, is probably the easiest grinder to clean in the world. It's like so simple. Like, you know, it was made to like be able to swap out the burrs really quick, so you can obviously take it apart really fast. So all you have to do is unscrew this. Now, you know, when you do this job here with the niche 0, you have to kind of calibrate it just to make sure you're right back to the right spot. Because here on this grinder, there's no need for calibration. It's kind of like locked. So when you move this, it'll go right back to the same spot when you put it back. So there is no need to you know, to calibrate here. Now, that being said, I do need to calibrate my Duo because although it's supposed to come calibrated from factory, I already showed on a previous video that sometimes on espresso, I have to go below 0 to get a fine enough grind. And that is not ideal because below 0, there are no markings and then you don't really know how much you're adjusting, right? There's no, it's just not ideal. So I am going to calibrate it and I will record a video as to how to calibrate the Niche Duo, but that's not gonna be today. Today we're just gonna swap out the burrs, and on the calibration video, I will also clean it. Today I'm gonna clean it just quickly with a little vacuum. You guys know how I do that now, pretty much the same way as with the 0, but here is super easy. I mean, that's it, the burrs out. This is the top burr, the bottom burrs. You use the tool that they give you with the Niche, and you remove the one screw, which takes like 2 seconds. Here it is. And you take out the burrs, and that's it. That's all you do. It's that quick. There's nothing else in there. So I'm gonna use my vacuum really quick and vacuum it up a little bit. So give me a second. Okay guys, so that could not be any easier. And then you just, you know, this little holder that comes with it, you just put everything back in the little holder. The bottom one, there's a little like foam piece so that the burrs don't really go into contact with each other. You just put this on top and you put this one over that. And then this locks into place like so. And that's it, you keep them here. And we're gonna install now, again, like I cannot imagine an easier grinder to clean than this. You guys saw, the little vacuum also makes it very easy. And you know, if you guys want like more information on the little vacuum or the lubricant that I use to lubricate the threads, you know, a few other little things that are involved with the cleaning, go ahead, leave me a comment. I'll reply to you with a link of the recent video that I recorded as to cleaning the Niche 0. I'll record something when I calibrate this one. I'll record a video as to this one. But for now, if you want to see like the lubricant that I use, and you know, that little brush comes with the Niche, you get one of these tools as well. So I mean, that's all you need. So it's super easy and simple. But if you want to see the other video, just leave me a comment and I'll leave you the link for the other video. So, okay, so now we put the bottom burrs in. Okay, it will fall all the way down and then it's in place. Give this a quick wipe. Okay, and then we install the top one. Again, I saw in the Niche literature for the Duo something about like not touching the burrs. I have no idea. If anybody has a clue as to why they say that, you know, other than maybe getting cut, like what's the what's the reason? I have no clue. But anyway, let's put this back in there. Again, coffee is already oily enough. I don't think that you touching it is gonna make it any like more oily. All right, I almost forgot. Before putting this back in, obviously you gotta put this screw back in here. That's the one thing you have to do. Okay, it doesn't have to be super tight. Just put it in there. Okay, and then you kind of finesse this until it drops into place. You'll feel it drop. Okay, something kind of important I forgot to mention. Once you drop it into place, okay, just to make sure that it's in the correct spot, you know, there is a little set, how do you call it? A little set sticker on, let me show you guys, because I didn't point that out, but you see the little set sticker? Okay, that is supposed to be facing the little black mark that's on the top in the middle right here, okay? You know, the technical reason as to why is because the alignment of the two burrs, okay, the top and bottom, this is where the best alignment is found. And that's why you put the sticker there and then you line it up with a little black dot. So this from factory comes aligned, and there is, you know, you could drop it into place where that sticker is not pointing to the top, because there's 3 different positions. If you notice these little pins, they go into the little holes that have the springs. Again, if you watch the other video, I point out the springs that are on the 0, but it's pretty much the same thing here on the dual. Maybe I should show you guys. And since we're on the subject, let me just show you guys. Okay, you could see that little hole there really well. Inside the little hole, there's 3 little holes, right? 3 little holes, and there's 3 of the little pins. You see one there's 3 of them. So there is a way where you could put this in 3 different positions, but the correct way is having that set sticker facing that little black dot, okay? And in the little holes, you have the little springs, and again, you can kind of press it down, and you should feel it kind of like a bounce in there, right? Because I showed you last time on the 0 how you just to make sure that that thing flexes up and down. If not, it's not placed in correctly, or maybe you lost your spring, or you forgot to put it back in there. In the dual, you don't have to pull them out because they're really like deep in there. There's like, you know, the little vacuum doesn't have enough suction power to kind of suck them out of there, and they're just too difficult to get out. So I don't even know if they come out. So I haven't tried, nor is there any reason to pull them out of there. So just, you know, I just wanted to point that out because it is a little bit important, and I forgot to mention. So you got the set sticker, you got the little black dot, just make sure you line it right, and make sure it bounces up and down. That means it is positioned correctly on the springs as it should. Okay, I almost forgot to mention all of that, and it's probably the most important part of this process. Everything else is like a no-brainer. But if you could see now, when you press it, it's supposed to bounce a little bit. All right, now let's put this piece back on. That's the reason why I noticed that it wasn't like totally in the right spot, because it wasn't bouncing yet. So that means it had dropped in, but it wasn't in the little holes. So, okay, now it's ready. Now we put this back in. Again, it should go in. This should turn really nice and smooth. Well, I didn't add any lubricant this time, but it has, I could see it. It has plenty in there. But yeah, it should be easy to turn. If it's not, be careful, because maybe it's cross-threaded and you don't want to mess the threads up. Or it could be also, maybe you got to add a little bit of lubricant. At the end, just keep going basically until you can't turn it no more. Okay, then once it's like you can't turn it anymore, now you can start going back to whatever your grind size that you were using, and they should match up. So again, the thing with me is that on some coffees, I'm having to actually go below 0. I've gone as far as to maybe 5 notches below 0 to get the proper grind. So today, for this coffee, I think I'm just gonna start at 0. So I do wanna, last time I think what worked on the niche was grind size 18, and I did like a Slayer type shot. I think we did like 20-second pre-infusion and then like 30-second at 9 bar. And it was either a 53-second shot, something like that. And it was wonderful. The coffee turned out fantastic. So today we'll try that again on the dual, and we're gonna grind. We're gonna start at 0 and see what happens. But now that's not ideal. If I have to go finer, that means I'll be below 0. And that's the reason why I wanna calibrate it. I want it, you see, like when you start turning it here and then you can't turn it anymore, I think that's maybe where I'll put it at 0. So then I'll have to unlock the little thing and then bring this over. Yeah, you'll see, we'll get into it on another video. But for now, let's go ahead and dose out our 18 grams and pull some espresso. All right, so here's the coffee that I brought back from Kuppa Joy in California when we went out to Sequoia recently. You know, earlier today, I recorded a short video as to how to lubricate the brew lever handle. This was a short video as to how to do it quickly and easy. I have a longer video that I recorded as to that, and I kind of took the whole thing apart. Like I took off the bottom piece, and you just to add lubricant, you don't really have to do that. And I recorded a video as to how to do the process much faster and easier. Wow, even recording, it only took me like 15 minutes. So I imagine if I'm not recording, it's something I could do in less than 10 minutes for sure. Like the next time I do it, it's gonna be less than 10 minutes. It's like an 8-minute thing. I mean, it's so fast and easy. You know, if you guys wanna see that, just comment below. I'm not exactly sure if that's gonna be like a standalone video or if I'll include it in this video or in another video. Yeah, I don't know, but if you guys wanna see that and it's not on this video, then comment below and I can provide you with the link. And you know, it was one of you guys that pointed out, hey, you know, you don't have to pull out the cam to add the lubricant. You could just reach in there and then that way you don't have to take off the bottom piece. So wow, that made so much sense. And maybe after doing it 2-3 times, I would have like realized, like, why am I taking off the bottom? You know, but it was the first time that I had done it. And again, you know, it's something important that you should stay on top of. I don't like it when it starts to like be stiff and it's squeaking and stuff. And it took me like only like, well, today like 15 minutes because I was recording, but it's super fast. But being that I did that, the first thing that I'm gonna do now, it's I'm gonna run it because obviously there's probably like excess lubricant in there, but the machine should be, let's open it up all the way and let's get some of that, let's get some of that water running. And okay, I don't know if you guys could hear from there, but yeah, you could hear the mic is on top of me. But listen to how nice and smooth. Wow, it makes a big difference. It's like butter now. You know, maybe if I was pulling more like darker roast that are like really oily beans, I wouldn't have to do this so often, but being that everything I brew is like, well, this is a medium and this is about as dark as I usually make espresso with. For the most part, most of the coffees we review here on the channel are lighter roast coffees, like medium lights, and they don't have enough oil to kind of keep that lubricated. And it's just such a simple job. Just go ahead and take care of it. Again, remember to always use a food safe lubricant, okay? Don't just add some motor oil or something in there. Be careful guys. All right, let me lock this back in so it could stay hot. Okay, let's dose out our 18 grams and man, I can't wait to make some espresso. Let me turn this around so you guys could see it. This has been working out. Because although when I look on the phone, it looks like you can't really see the numbers, but when I look at the video, when I'm editing, I could see them. So, I mean, it's, you don't see them like in a perfect angle, but you do see them. Okay, we'll do our usual 18 grams. Again, this coffee ended up being like really tasty for espresso. For pour overs, it was also nice. It's nice and sweet. You know, usually for pour overs, I want a little bit more acidity than this gave me, but still, it's really nice and sweet coffee, really good quality stuff. Again, that's why you gotta support your local roasters, guys. Don't just get coffee from like the bigger names out there. You know, there's a lot of smaller shops that have a lot to offer. So, okay, so we got 18 grams. I'm at 0 on the dual. Let's see what happens. We haven't pulled a shot of espresso with the dual in quite a while. Again, I just cleaned it out. There could be some retention, but you know, I have done this swap before and got no retention. Although the burrs they're spotless in there. It's crazy. I noticed that on the espresso burrs, there tends to be more retention than on the brew burrs. So that's for sure. So I'm expecting here maybe like a 0.3, 0.4. But if I were to swap out of the espresso burrs and back to the brew burrs, even if I cleaned it out like I did now, I might have 0 retention, even the first time, which that's unheard of. On the niche 0, that would never happen. You always get some retention the first 2-3 times you grind. So let's see what happens today. It's something interesting to see. All right, what did I do wrong here? Guys, I totally messed up. I had, oh my Lord, I had, this thing is like, oh boy, it was below zero. Like I think I forgot to like bring it back to zero. Okay, this is not gonna be any good. I'm gonna have to save this for something else, but all right, let me figure this out and get back to you guys in a second. Okay guys, so I think what happened was that, you know, I had left it like all the way back to pretty much until it's like almost like locked. So all I was getting was a little bit of dust, like Turkish coffee was coming out. And so then, I mean, I took a look, I took off the top burr and checked it, but everything was fine. So, you know, I put it at 10 and ground the rest and it came out kind of coarse. So, you know, I didn't want to throw it away. You guys know how I don't throw away good coffee. So I have the 18 grams here. This is gonna make for the most interesting pour over tomorrow. So it has like some really fine grinds like Turkish coffee and some really like big, like kind of like chunkier pieces. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But you know, it is what it is. Let's push forward. I have already another 18 grams dosed out in here. And so let's try again. So now it really is at zero. Okay, so again, the niche duo is very fast. It should grind this in like 15 seconds, probably less. So let's see, if that doesn't happen, then I'm gonna be really perplexed. Like something maybe happened with my calibration, but that thing is locked. Like nothing's supposed to, I don't know. But I mean, I imagine this is gonna come out fine, but let's see. Okay, 18 grams again. Let me put this away. Okay, so let's see now, we really shouldn't get any retention because now I already ground some coffee. So let's see what we get here. Okay, and there you have it, right? So that less than 15 seconds. I don't know how long, but it was really, really fast. And that's a grind size 0, okay? So remember, and a lot of coffees have been having to go below 0. So we'll see, this might still be too fine. I don't know. And you know what? No, this is, okay, something really weird. Either I did something wrong or, wow. I'm gonna have to pause the video again to figure this out. Okay, I'll get back with you guys. All right, so the very last clip for you guys was a second ago, but for me, that was yesterday. After recording that clip, my phone rang and I had to cut away and I was gone for a little bit. And then, you know, by the time I was able to continue recording, it was too late. I just said, you know what, I'll just continue tomorrow. So it is now the next day. So I think where we left off is that I had ground the first batch, the first 18 grams. I had grounded and I had set the machine like way below 0. And what I was getting was kind of like Turkish coffee, you know? So that was a no-go. So, okay, let's pause for a second. As you could see, I had forgotten that I actually ground 2 doses of 18 grams. The first one, I was well below 0. And what I was getting was pretty much like Turkish coffee. The second time I had gone to 0 and I ground another 18 grams and it came out really fast and really coarse. I had forgotten about that and I really don't know what happened, but all I know is that the next time I grind, well, you're gonna see what happens here, but this is actually the third time I'm grinding and I never was able to figure out why the second dose came out so coarse, although it was set at 0. I'm not even sure like why that happened. I still, thinking back now, I still don't know why it happened. So, but this is the third time I'm grinding. I'm gonna go for our second round here. Now I have it set at 0. I double checked. We are at grind size 0 on the dual. We have our 18 grams. Let's see if we have any retention this time. I imagine we won't because, you know, we already ground some coffee. So let's try again and see what we get. Okay, let's see if we have our 18 grams. No, we had quite a bit of retention, 17.5. So let's do some bellows. Again, I'm gonna use the little bellows from Gemini Coffee Tools. This thing is really nice. It works for both the Duo and the Zero. You just put it over the top and you kind of give it a few taps and that's it. You don't have to like really press it down or anything. And it's worked, so far it's worked very, very well. Again, the Duo continues to be messier than the Zero. All right, let's see. That's all you gotta do. Let's check it. And we're right back at 18. So the little bellows, man, I gotta say, is definitely a way big step up from the other little plunger we've been using. This just works way better. I really like it. It makes a great seal and it works on both grinders. So, but yeah, the Duo continues to be messier. You know, I think this might still be too fine just because of how long it took to grind. I remember it being faster, but then again, I've been using it only for pour-overs. And for pour-overs, you grind a lot coarser and it only takes like 15 seconds. But for espresso, it took longer than I remember, but I have a feeling it might be too fine, but who knows? Maybe I'm totally wrong. I just don't remember. You know, I only used it in the beginning for espresso. Then after that, I set it up for my filter coffee. And that's what I've been using every single morning to grind for my filter coffee. Unless my wife is sleeping, then I'll still use the K+, my hand grinder. The Niche Zero I've been using for all the espresso. And you know, I still say that the Niche Zero, if you just had to buy just one grinder, it would, for me, it would definitely still be the Niche Zero. I just really love it. It's easier to use, less messy, like the sound that it makes is just more pleasant. Just all around. I mean, I just like it better all around. Anyway, enough of that. Now for my filter brews, the Duo has been doing a great job. Maybe after, you know, by now, maybe the burrs are completely seasoned. Maybe I should do the test again as filtered coffee between the Duo and the Zero. Maybe now I'll be able to tell somewhat of a difference, but you guys saw my first test. I really couldn't see any difference. So far, I have failed to really be able to see a difference in grinders. To me, they just all end up tasting pretty much the same. I can definitely taste the difference in coffee and in other variables like, you know, when you get more extraction or less due to your timing or the water temperature and things like that. But as far as just like a certain flavor that you're getting from a certain burst or a certain grinder, I have not been able to see some kind of clear winner. Okay, let's get this out of the way and do our pod prep. So yeah, guys, that's the way it goes sometimes. I had to, you know, break away from my recording and take care of something, and I was unable to. You know, the worst part about it is I was never able to make the coffee. I just had to go without it. Okay, we'll try to go with this angle for the rest of the pod prep. You know, the way it landed there, it does not seem to be too fine. That looks about right. But let's see, once I tamp, I'll have a better idea. On this channel, we definitely do WDT. You know, do I think it's a must? You know, I think it definitely helps, but you really don't have to. You could just, you know, tamp and and move on with life. If you are in like a professional environment, you know, people pull shots all the time. They don't use WDT and things work out just fine. So, but at home, we have time, we can do it. You know, it's fun to use the tools and to have the tools is part of the hobby. And I think it does help. Okay. Okay, the way it tamped, I'm gonna say that this coffee is gonna be a little bit too fine, but maybe not to the point that it's gonna choke or anything like that, but I think my timing might be off. So again, for this coffee, I'm shooting for maybe 20-second pre-infusion and somewhere around 35 seconds at 9 bar. Let's see what we get from this. Puck screen and lock it in. Okay, so all the cameras are running. You know, today I was gonna go with the Akaya again, but since I'm not splitting the shots, maybe we'll use the timer because we used the Akaya last time. So let me get it out. I didn't even have it out because I was planning on, I don't know, I wasn't thinking about that. Let's see, let's start it up. Now, the fact that it has the little switch is just so much better. That's the only thing about the Akaya, the fact that it doesn't have the switch. Every time I try to clean it, it goes crazy and I change the modes that I'm using, and that's just no bueno. It's so much better to have the switch. Okay, let's try this shot, see if we get anything at all or see if the timing is right. Okay, so once the A is flashing, we can start pulling the shot. Now look at the smooth function of the lever and no squeaking. It's just working beautiful now. Okay, at around 9 seconds, we should start building pressure. And then I'm gonna level it off at around 2.5 bar. And we're gonna go 20 seconds of this pre-infusion. I don't think we've gotten any drips, and this might be too fine, kind of like what I was suspecting. Okay, I barely have this open, and I'm like at 10 bar. The water can't work its way out because, again, the coffee's too fine. So this is what dialing in is all about. I'm gonna wait a few seconds, but I think this is gonna be a no-go. Okay, you see there's the glitch again with the timer, and that's the reason that the Akaya is better. And with these cups, I really don't know where to stop it. I don't know where my 45 grams is. So it's all right. I don't think this shot is gonna be any good anyway. So I'm just gonna run it for a little bit here and taste it. It looks nice, but there's no way that this is gonna be good. I'm gonna let it go for 90 seconds, minute and a half, which is way too long. In some of like the really light roast coffees that I've done, a minute and a half has still been doable, but I don't think that's gonna work out today. Look at the shot. I did this last time and I was able to use the clip because the phone gets this perfectly there, but look at the shot, it's very pretty. Nice crema. Even the aroma's nice. Let me taste it. Yeah, it's it's way too intense. It's bitter. All right, it's too bitter. I'm gonna pull another shot. This is one of those, you know, let's do some water in there and see what happens. Let's try the Americano technique. So off with the head said that he definitely always goes with 100 grams of water. He just does 100 grams of water and it works out perfectly for him. I checked on this cup. If I have my double shot and I fill it all the way to the top, it's 100 grams. So let's give it a quick stir. Now, I don't think, now he gets the water from where you brew from the shower screen, not from the water spout, because again, the water that comes out of here is like way too hot. But it's okay, I don't think I'm gonna drink this anyway, I just wanna experiment. Let's see. Well, once you dilute it, I have to say, it's pretty doable, you know. I'm not completely upset with it, but yeah, the bitterness is still there, but it's definitely way more, obviously it's not quite as intense and bitter as it was as espresso. Now, strength-wise, I think I nailed it. That's I think off with the heads, you're onto something. I think 100 grams is just the magic formula. Just if you taste the shot, it's not perfect, and you say, you know what, I could still drink it as an Americano. This is a way to save it. I'm not gonna do that today because I really had in mind to making, who knows? Let's leave this for now. Let's use the other cup leave this one here for now because honestly, it's doable now. It doesn't, it's not too bad. But let's make an adjustment, pull another shot, and see if we can do our cortado. All right, guys, so as you could see, I already have the portafilter locked in. Somehow I didn't record my second puck prep. So I dosed out the 18 grams, just to recap, because I think I just didn't press play on the phone. But anyway, I have my tripod set up and everything ready to catch this angle, and then I noticed I was missing a clip. So I'm, ready to pull the shot. But let me recap really quick. So I dosed out another 18 grams. I grounded on the duo. This time I didn't have any retention. So I did the puck prep, I did my WDT, locked it in, and well, let's pull the second shot. I'm sorry I missed that whole clip. I also mentioned how, this thing has been so awesome. If Jem and I would have come out with this, when the niche Zero first came out, they would have sold a gazillion of these things, but who knows, maybe they could still do that. Gemini Coffee Tools, the last time I checked to find out the price of this, it's still not on their website. So, I don't know, hopefully it's not gonna be too expensive, but it's worth getting. It works super good. You see my little brush, because when I dropped in the puck screen, a little bit of coffee flew out, and I brought out my little, you guys didn't even get to see it. Not that it's a big deal, but I never bring it out. Today I brought it out, but then I didn't get that. So doesn't matter. Okay, I've been struggling with this video, right? Like, so how many more things is gonna go wrong here? All right, so I got the portafilter locked in. I have my 18 grams in there. I ground at 2.5 on the duo. The first shot, we pulled at 0. And you saw it was like a 1.5 minute long shot, and it was bitter and it was no good. So let's try the second shot. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's pull this shot and see what happens. Should we try the time more again? Give it another chance? Let's see. Again, as long as the coffee's not very, really slow, you shouldn't have any problems. Okay, now paddle at 5. Let's try again. Here comes the pressure. Okay, we started dripping this time, so see if I can get my 20 seconds. Okay, that's too much coffee coming out. So again, this was not an ideal shot. Now it's 2 course. So 2.5 is 2 course, but at least the scale worked, so I'll be able to get the right 45 grams. Okay, we finished at 44.6, 21 seconds since first drip, 33 seconds overall. So we were doing pre-infusion for about 12 seconds, and even at that, we were getting too much coffee, so I don't even know if you could, I don't know what's going on here, but this is definitely not, again, look at how much easier it is for me on the Zero, right? I know part of that is just lack of practice, but again, look at the range. Like, I went 2.5 notches. Look at how much difference. On the Zero, you just got so much more flexibility. It's just, for espresso, man, just stick to the niche Zero. It's just better. Okay, let's take a look at that. Look at the crema. Again, the shots are turning out beautiful with this coffee. That is for sure. Let's give it a stir. Let me stop this camera. Okay, let's give it a stir and see how it tastes. All right, here we go. Cheers. Now it's got just too high acidity. It's not super good. I gotta say, it's not super good. Wow. 2 shots. I'm gonna go one more. I wanna pull one good shot. And you know what? I'm just gonna go back to the Zero. Call this just a total failed thing. I know I could dial this in, guys. I know I could do that. So maybe go down to like 1. I mean, from 0 to 1. At 0, we were like 90 seconds. At 1, we're like, it's just so much more difficult. Maybe I'm just being a baby today. I think, I think that's what it is. I gotta suck it up. What should I do here? All right, let me think about it. Let me reset and then we'll see where we go with this. All right, something else that I think I lost from that clip that I didn't end up recording and that I still want to point out is that I think the reason why the niche duo is being more messy than the zero in big part is because if you notice, the niche duo doesn't have the little ring, this anti-popcorning little ring up here. Okay, the zero, like almost nothing popcorns out because of this little ring. This one doesn't have it. So you see the chips kind of flying up and they land all around here and it's kind of messier. As far as coming from the spout, it's not being a big deal. It's not really being too messy. I can't say it's any more messy than this one. But where it definitely you could see the difference is the little chips that fly out of here because it doesn't have the little anti-popcorning ring, okay? Now, if they make for the dual the same little spout extension that they make for the zero that Kerry sent me here for, I think it's made by Crema Coffee Products. I'm gonna check their website again. I already checked once and they didn't have it for the dual, but if they make that piece, I'm gonna get it. All right, but for today, I'm gonna stop fooling around with this because, recently I told you guys about the issue that my buddy Angel had where, he used one specific coffee and then he would adjust the grind size by just like one notch and it was making a huge difference, like a 15-20 second jump on his results on the extraction. So who knows, I could be having something weird like that right now with the duo and I don't want to keep fooling around with it and wasting this coffee. I'm not gonna keep wasting this coffee. I'm gonna get some of that Dunkin' that I always use for all my experiments. And I like that coffee anyway, so it's not like I'm not buying it to throw away, but for this kind of scenario, next week we'll be back. We'll dial in the Dunkin'. We'll go back to my old favorite and the duo, okay, with the espresso burrs. We'll do that next week and see what happens. But I'm not gonna keep wasting this coffee. No, I'm done with that. So if you say I clean my glasses, I'm gonna still make my cortado, and who knows, I might still even make 2 cortados. I think I need to be fully caffeinated at this point. So we'll see, but we're gonna make at least 1 for sure, and I'm gonna do it on the zero. So we are on grind size 18. I think that's where I was getting my, I think it was like 20 seconds and then 35 seconds, something like that. And yeah, let's do another puck prep and let's use the zero. Okay, so yeah, what was really annoying me here is the fact that I'm wasting all this beautiful coffee, and I'm not, I'm not gonna keep doing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the scale and we're gonna dose out another 18 grams. Wow, and think about it, like, right? I already like messed up like 4 doses of this because I started and I ground like way too fine because the thing was past zero, then I got a failed shot, then I got another failed shot. No, I'm done with that. I'm not gonna waste this, this whole bag of coffee trying to figure this thing out. So let's do 18 grams. Oh, that is so annoying, guys. That's really what's annoying me here. The fact that I'm wasting this great coffee on all these failed shots. I'm not gonna keep experimenting with this one. So, okay, we're between 18 and 18.1. Let's grind it on a trusty niche zero and see what we get. Okay, a quick tap of the spout. Let's see if we're at 18. All right, exactly what we had, exactly what, as a matter of fact, we might have gone just a tad little bit more. Okay, so 18.1 in, pretty much 18.1 out. Let's do some puck prep. Okay, get the scale out of the way. So man, the niche zero comes in to save the day. Yesterday I couldn't make my shot because you know what happened and I had to rush out and Oh Lord, and now today I keep failing, so you guys love it when I struggle too. You guys love it. You know you like it. You don't want to see me struggle. I make like way too many like bags of coffee. We open it up, boom, we make one shot and it's freaking mind-blowing and spectacular. That happens kind of often on the channel. So these like struggle videos, yeah, you know you guys like it. Come on. Oh man. You know, what's really the only annoying part, and I don't care about the experiment and keep going, but no, I don't want to keep wasting this coffee. I already wasted too much. That's what's really like, I don't want to use the word. I don't want to use the word. Let's move on. All right, beautiful. All right, let me give you guys the other angles, finish the puck prep. You know, as far as the way the grinds look in the portafilter, it looks the same. I can't tell any kind of difference. It looks just equally fluffy, equally, you know, nice. It's just, I can't tell any difference between the Duo and the Zero. Okay, that's perfect. Man, the Zero's gonna come in to save the day. Come on, buddy. You know you could do it. Okay, since I have this thing out, might as well use it. Clean it up. There we go. Drop the puck screen, lock it in, and here we go again. One more shot. Okay, so here we go again. This has been like my most struggled kind of video. You know, I'm not even gonna struggle with the time or scale this time. I'm just going right to the Akaya. So hopefully things go well here. All right, okay, here we go. Again, hopefully we don't get more than 2 grams in the cup while you're doing pre-infusion. If not, you might as well just stop the pre-infusion. Like we're about to hit here, we're already at 2 grams. I did like 20 seconds. You know, that's kind of like what I was looking for. I would have liked to have gone a little bit longer. So I'm at 9 bar. Now we look for 45 grams out. Hopefully the whole shot time will be somewhere around 55 seconds. We'll see. Okay, 45 out. Okay, I went a little bit over, 45.8, 45.8, 39 seconds since first drip, 49 overall. Yeah, I would have liked to have gone a lot, maybe 7, 8 more seconds out of it, something like that. That would have been even better, but look at the crema. Look at this shot, just looks better. I mean, if you, the other ones look good, I do have to say, even that first one that was super long, but this looks a little bit nicer. All right, so let's just give it a quick stir. Yeah, this definitely looks nicer. Am I being biased towards the Zero? I think so, I think so. All right, cheers. Yeah, definitely. This is the best shot so far, by far. Again, man, I don't know what to tell you guys, but just the niche Zero, and people say it's outdated. Like, this is the best grind, especially, you know, maybe, I don't know. I just, I don't know, man. I would love to visit one of these guys that's a lot more advanced than me. But again, look, I went to the show. I tried several shots. I can't say I had anything that was any better than this. I mean, maybe about as good, yeah, for sure. The one I got from the Slayer shot that I received from Jonathan Gagne, The espresso that I got from the Flare, that one was really good too. I told you guys from the Meticulous, you know, it had kind of like the same, I would say it probably was even the same coffee as they were using on the Flare with the Meticulous, the one that Emily did for me, but that coffee was just cold. So there was no way to compare. Yeah, you know, the flavor was okay, but it was cold. You know, this is beautiful. All right, so last time at 18, I was able to get like 5-6 more seconds out of it. Now, being that was like a week ago or more than a week ago, maybe that's already like 2 weeks ago when I did the other video. Yeah, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. The fact that it changed by maybe 1 or 2 notches here, yeah, it kind of happens. When you open a bag of coffee, it's gonna change. So I'm gonna this is gonna be a long video again. Oh my Lord, I'm gonna have to so many clips to, well, it's, all right, you know what? I'm pulling another shot. We're doing my the 2 cortados again. Should we go down by 1 notch? Or let's go 1.5 down, 1.5. That's kind of a, yeah, that's definitely gonna slow it down. It should slow it down, like in theory, like 7 seconds, maybe 8 seconds, something like that, in theory. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's do some more pod prep. Okay, so I already have my next 18 grams here. I already adjusted the niche 0 by 1.5 notches. So now we are at 16.5, and I'm expecting the shot to get extended by maybe 7-8 seconds, something like that. We'll see if it happens. So let's go ahead and grind it and check our retention. All right, let's see. 18 in, exactly 18 out. I'm telling you guys, I don't know about outdated. I'm not gonna get on board with that. Let's fluff it up real quick. Man, I'm being a little baby, right? But think about it, I've been recording this video for 2 days now. Well, not like non-stop, but I started yesterday. I did a bunch of clips. We did the swapping of the burrs. Then I messed up on where I had left the machine. I got some crazy like Turkish coffee grind. And my second shot didn't work either, so I started to panic. And mostly, again, because this beautiful Ethiopian cannot go to waste like that. You know, I sometimes watch Hoon and he'll do like 10 coffees in one video, and like he just takes like a couple sips and throws everything out. Like, even if I got all my coffee for free, which I'm sure he does, but even if I got all my coffee for free, I would not do that. I can't do that. There's way too many people out in the world that are struggling, that maybe they can't even have good coffee. You know, the fact that I can at least buy it, it just makes me feel bad to throw away food, especially food, even more than coffee, but food and coffee and things that you consume to like, I can't do it. So I'm sorry. But all right, let's do another pod prep. You know, I gotta make the videos and feel good about it, you know, and throwing stuff away like that would not make me feel good about it. So that's not gonna happen. Okay, let me set this thing up again for you guys. Okay, and now the WDT again. The main thing is that we want the same coffee, the same density of grounds everywhere in the basket, in the portafilter. Because we have absolutely no clumps. This is so nice and fluffy. Okay, that looks about right. Little tap. Okay, we come in with the tamp. perfect. Little polish. Wow, that looks beautiful. Check that out. Not sure if you can see it there. Yeah, you should be able to. There's enough light there to see it, but man, nice. Drop in the puck screen. Yeah, that's a perfect tamp. Let me clean it up a little bit. Every time I drop the puck screen, like you get a little bit of dust fly out like this. Clean it up a little bit, lock it in, and let's pull another one. All right, we got everything set up and ready to go. Let's go ahead with the Akaya one more time. Okay. All right, let's see if this one slows down just a little bit for us and we get the perfect shot. Here we go. Okay, here comes the pressure. Gonna level it off at around 2.5. Okay, we started to get some drips, but I'm still below the 2 grams. I'm good. Okay, 2 grams, 23 seconds. That's pretty good. That's pretty close to what I wanted. Let's keep going to 9 bar. Nice slow ramp up. That was beautiful. Now we're looking for 45 grams out. A 1 to 2.5. Okay, almost pretty much the same like last one, 45.7 as far as the yield, 46 seconds since first drip and 57 seconds overall. Now I'll put right here on the screen the difference between the 2 shots, but this one definitely went longer. And this one, from what I recall, this should be right in the, you know, perfect zone for this coffee. So let me stop one of the cameras and then I'll taste it. Okay, let's get the Akaya out of the way and turn it off. All right, so again, let me show you guys the shot before I stir it, but I'll give you that angle from on top, but look at how beautiful that is. Man, so nice and creamy looking. This is perfect. I think this is gonna be the one. Let me stir it, taste it, and then I'll tell you guys. All right, cheers. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, definitely this is it. Okay, so remember last time I was telling you caramel. That is so apparent that it just hits you. They don't call it caramel, they called it funnel cake. But I could see it because the batter from the funnel cake, yeah, I could see that. I would call this caramel. Today I'm even getting the like more classic kind of chocolate caramel type of profile. That's what I would go with. But definitely with the perfect acidity up front, the berry tartness. Now what they put on the bag is, let's see, yeah, it says blueberry, okay, blueberry. So I definitely agree with that. The berry tartness up front is perfect. Then they put vanilla, and I did not, you know, maybe I don't know how to recognize that because I'm not getting that at all. To me, this doesn't taste like vanilla. But today I would add like the chocolate because definitely I'm getting a lot of that. So this is today something like that Congo Kivu, the one from Good Brothers that I really like. This is something like that, where you get kind of like a classic profile flavor, but with the berry tartness up front. And I think this shot is perfect. For what I like on espresso, this is perfect. Absolutely. For drinking a straight shot, this is like my favorite type of flavor profile. For mixing it with milk, I would maybe get rid of some of the acidity, maybe even altogether, and just give me more sweetness, more of that chocolate caramel, maybe more of that like molasses, like burnt sugar type flavors. For milk, that's my preference, okay? So, but still, last time when I make the cortado with this coffee, it was outstanding. Just outstanding. Even the little bit of brightness up front, it came through on the milk drink, and I gotta say, it was pretty wonderful. So let's steam some milk and put the cortados together and finally wrap this thing up. I've been at it for like quite a while, and being that I started recording yesterday, I'm gonna end up with so many clips that, yeah, this is gonna be another marathon. All right, let me set things up and steam some milk. All right, neither latte art came out like what I wanted, but you know, you gotta keep practicing. But I kind of wanted to do like a heart in a heart kind of thing, where you push you start pushing the first heart, then you push again, and you see where the idea is there. You know, it's kind of coming through, but it's not perfect. Okay, so the amount of foam today is pretty perfect. And the silkiness of the foam today was right on point. It's just my pouring was not good. So, you know, I wouldn't be totally upset with this if I got it at a coffee shop. but yeah, it's okay. Now, I think that what I want to do is get a pitcher, a milk pitcher that does not have the little handle. Because the little handle, to me, it just kind of gets in the way. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for one that has like the leather wrap instead of the handle and try that, because I think that might help me go to the next level. But anyway, all right, let's take it over to the other counter and wrap things up. All right, so you know what? I'm kind of happy with this latte art. It's even better than you know, it's not too bad, not too bad. I think getting one of those pictures without the handle in the way, I think I'll be able to do a better job. So, but also the milk steaming today was just really good to work with, you know? All right, let's give it a try. Cheers. Oh. All right, you know what? It all worked out in the end. I gotta say, you know, the Niche Zero is my hero. It just works for me. It just works for me. I love that little grinder. Outdated? I don't think so. Maybe for somebody out there with a palate that is so sophisticated that it actually makes a good difference to you to have like some nice flat burr grinder, you know, maybe. But I have, not even with filtered coffee, I can taste the difference. So at least not something that I can for sure say, yeah, this is better. It's not, and a lot of times, you know how I attribute the difference being something else. Maybe that handful of beans that you grabbed to dose out that particular time had a little bit better flavor, or a little bit worse flavor. I mean, all the beans are not gonna be the same. You know, when they roast them, they all are not gonna get roasted exactly to the same point. So a lot of things can affect the extraction. So sometimes when you taste a difference, how much of that difference is the burrs or the grinder? You know, it's just too hard to say. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy my cortados. Yeah, I gotta say, it all worked out in the end. You know, come back next week. Join us here for another adventure. Next week, I'll buy some of that Dunkin' coffee and we'll mess around with the Duo again for espresso and see if we can dial that in. Right now, you guys saw that a very small change and it made a whole bunch of difference. You know, I know that, you know, on the Duo, when you move the grind size, it makes a bigger difference than on the Zero. On the Zero, you have more range to work with. On the Duo, maybe 7-8 notches. From like the finest you ever grind to like the coarsest you ever grind. On the Zero, it could be a bit more. You know, I'm not exactly sure why, but because people that have tested it, they say that the grind distribution between, now not the brew burrs, but the espresso burrs on the Duo and the conical burrs on the niche Zero, the particle distribution is practically identical. So, but anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Comment below, let me know, did you enjoy my struggles? Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna tell my wife that the beard is affecting me and I can't pull the perfect shot. I don't think she'll care about that. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. Come and join us over here on this channel. You could be a part of it. Leave me a comment, ask me some questions. We'll probably address them here in a video. So thank you for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate you guys. You know, you guys have a beautiful day and I'll see you next time. I'll see you next Sunday. Cheers.